Have you noticed that growth doesn't just happen in a single moment, but through a constant process of becoming? Personal growth isn't a destination, it is a journey of perpetual transformation. You're changing. The question is, are you deciding the change? Are you in charge of the change? Or you're letting life decide for you? In this video, I'll be sharing 6 steps, not just tools, but principles that will guide your transformation from inside out. The first of those 6 principles is awareness. Growth begins with awareness. You can't change what you are unaware of. Awareness is the light that reveals the part of you that needs healing, discipline, and attention. Growth begins with awareness. You want to grow personally, you want to grow in your business, you want to grow in your trading, you want to grow as an individual. You first become aware of what is not growing before you can grow. You first become aware of what needs to change before it can change. Awareness is that light. When that light turns on, it's just like coming to a dark room. You want to pick something, but you don't know where it is. You turn on the light and then you immediately see it. Awareness is that light that you turn on to see what is happening. This is when you stop running from yourself and start observing your patterns, your thoughts, your emotions, and your habits. You observe how you do things, you observe how you behave, you observe how you think. Remember in one of our video on the wealth mindset, it's a scripture reference there says that as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. You observe all of these things. And this is just a disclaimer to tell you that awareness isn't judgment but clarity. Once you become aware, we are not judging you, you are not judging yourself. Awareness is clarity. It's clarity of mind, clarity of what needs to change, clarity of thoughts, clarity of everything going on within that person. That's where your personal growth journey begins. It begins from a place of brutal awareness. The second step is intention. Once you become aware, you must set an intention because intention gives growth direction. I'm going to repeat that. Once you become aware, you must set an intention. Intention give growth direction. You can't become aware of the fact that you are doing something wrong and it needs to change. And then in the midst of all of this, you decide not to act, you decide not to do anything. No, you decide to focus on another thing. That's not intention. Intention gives your growth direction. This is your way of telling the universe, this is where I want to go, this is where I want to become. This is your way of showing the universe that this is what I want for myself at this point of my life. This is what I need for myself at this point of your life. And my advice for you under this section is that you should set goals so that you can create your experience in reality. Without goals, life happens to you. But when you have goals, life can happen through you. When you set goals, this is the point where you shift from becoming a passenger to a driver in your own life. You decide, you begin to decide outcomes, you begin to shape your experience instead of just reacting to them. There are many of us that are tired of life, that are tired of circumstances around us, that are tired of what is happening. We have not made an intention yet. You must set an intention, and when you set this intention, it gives your growth a direction. The third step to personal growth is decision. Decision is where transformation becomes real. Decision, I usually say this, that decision is what sustains it. Sorry? Decision, yeah. Decision guides it. Decision is what guides it. Transformation becomes real. And let's make it clear that there's a difference between a choice and a decision. A choice is an option, and a decision is a commitment. This is how I put it. A choice is could do, and a decision is will do. You know that they are different a whole different experiences. When you make a decision, you cut off from every possibility. The word decide comes from two Latin words, de and side. De meaning off and from, and side meaning to cut. So when you bring it together, it means to cut off from. So when you decide, you're actually cutting it off. And until you decide, power is scattered. Your power stays scattered. It's scattered because you'll be doing this, you'll be doing that, you'll be doing this. Make that commitment today. Make that commitment today. Your focus, your energy, and your results, even your resources, can only align once you make the decision. Once you decide, this is the only thing that can happen. And like the great Myron Golden said, a man I love and respect, he said, disruption always follows intention. Disruption always follows intention. Interpret that to mean whatever it will mean in your situation, but know that disruption always follows intention. We are on a plan to change our lives before the end of 2025. Have you decided yet? Yeah, you have been become aware, you have made the intention. Have you decided? Have you made that commitment that you are going to change your life? You decided, you became aware that you didn't love God so well, but now you are seeing what is going on. Have you decided to cut off from unseriousness, cut off from excuses, and make the most out of your life? Step 4, discipline. Discipline. Oh, discipline. I can stay here for a very long time. Discipline is aligning your actions with your goals. Aligning your actions with your goals. Now you've made a commitment. Now you've directed your growth. Now you've made a commitment. Discipline now is aligning your actions. Whatever you are doing now, whatever you are doing is aligning to meet up with that commitment. It's a daily practice. A daily practice. Discipline is not something you do today and work out tomorrow, you do next week and come back in 2 months' time. No, a daily practice. The word regulation, it comes from the Latin word regulare, which means to control. It actually means to control. To control. It actually means to direct and to keep in order. What does discipline do? It keeps your life in order. Discipline is your ability to do what you said you will do, even when you don't feel like it. There are many times where we said something when we're excited that would make our life better, but since we became sad, we refuse to do it. You are indisciplined. Discipline is acting whether it feels like it or it doesn't feel like it. You are going to come to your chart daily, look at the market, whether there's a loss or there isn't a loss. You are going to come to the place of prayer, whether or not you feel like praying. You are going to come to the place of reading a book a month, whether you feel like it or not. That's discipline. You read a chapter a day, read a page, just do something daily that drives you to your goals. Step 5. Step 5. I would love you to listen to this step. Recognition. As you grow, you discover that we are aware, we've set an intention, we've made a decision, we are disciplined. This is where many of us stop. But there are two others that are very important, but we trivialize them. Recognition. As you grow, don't forget to notice your progress. Take time to recognize how far you've come. Take time to recognize how much of growth you've made. Most people only focus on what's missing. Like, why are you focusing on what's missing? Focus on what you have done. You are a forex trader, you trade the financial market as a trader. You discover that you no longer have the fear of missing out. It's something worth celebrating, something worth recognizing. Remember the first day you looked at the charts, it was looking like Arabic to you, but now you can know what is an engulfing, what's a bullish Arami. Remember the first time you picked up a book to read, you were reading a 100 pages book for 3 months. That's and this is you today consuming 4 books in a week. That's massive growth. That's massive growth. Remember when you started praying 15 minutes, Father Lord, you couldn't say anything except that. Look at you today, staying in the presence for hours, not to brag, but you stay there. It's growth. Recognize it and thank God for it. If you can give yourself a treat, go out, eat something, buy something for yourself, celebrate yourself for that feat. And I'll continue reading. Never stop acknowledging. That's how you improve. Never stop acknowledging. That's how you improve. And also, never stop acknowledging what's improving. Recognition fuels confidence. Yeah, it reminds you that transformation is working, even if it's slow. I lost a funded account in August. Yeah, I lost a funded account in August. I already passed the challenge phase, and then I lost the account. I still remember for like a week I couldn't say anything. I was just paying and all of that stuff. But while I was preparing for this particular video you are watching, I saw that it was not about the account I lost. It was about the person I am becoming. This is me. I'm no longer scared of trading in prop firm again. If I ever get the opportunity to buy another account, I'm going to pass it excellently. Pause, reflect, and give yourself credit for every step forward, no matter how small. I'll take that again. Pause, reflect, and give yourself credit for every step forward, no matter how small. And step six, which is the last step, celebration. I call this gratitude. And finally, not just when you reach a big goal, but every time you evolve, even if it's little, be grateful. Be grateful. Even if it's little, you made $10 today, be grateful. You made $100 today, be grateful. You made $1,000 today, be grateful. Those days are coming when you are going to be making $1 million from the market. You are going to make tens of millions of dollars from the market. You are going to make hundreds of millions of dollars from the market. Life is not always going to be like this for you. Be grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful. Celebration anchors gratitude in your growth. Yeah, it keeps your energy high. For real, it keeps your energy high. You make withdrawal, take something out and treat yourself. That's showing recognition and showing gratitude. Your spirit comes alive and your heart is open to more. You remember the first time you made a withdrawal, how excited you were to come back to the market. Be grateful. Gratitude is a multiplier. It multiplies results, multiplies possibility. It shows that you are ready for more. And life aligns and delivers more to you. It shows that you are ready for more. And life aligns and delivers more to you. Never forget that growth is not a one-time event. Never forget that growth is not a one-time event. It's a state of perpetual transformation. Awareness starts this transformation, intention directs it, decision activates it, discipline sustains it, and recognition affirms it. Celebration then multiplies everything you have been doing. You don't have to change overnight, you just have to stay in motion. And remember that the moment you stop growing, you stop living. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye, guys.